Hello and welcome to a video. Today, my last video on my channel was Stormcraft Season 1, I think it's still called. I'm going to have to change that to beta because this is actually Stormcraft Season 1. It's a new season with way more players. As you can see, it's actually really old. And I had a first video just outlining my absolute starter, but it was terrible. So I'm going to actually do a world tour, and I'm going to start with my starter base. This took me a very long time. It's actually still not finished, and I think this is actually what I'm going to be working on recently because you'll see later there's actually a Megabase I've been working on, but I'm kind of burnt out from it just because it's taken so long to build and it's so hard to make, and it requires so many resources. So here we start. This is my starter base. I built this a very long time ago, and the one thing I love about it is that right now it's actually still set to dirt, but I spent a lot. I need to spawn proof this area. But I spent a lot of time in a redstone testing world trying to figure it out and putting all the different modules in. This is a pulse extender, so the door stays open long enough. This is to give the dirt back. This is the item filter. So all I need to do to change this is just change this to any renamed item, and it would work instantly. So yeah, this is what I worked on for a very long time in a redstone testing world. So, and I'm quite proud of it actually, because it takes a while, but then it works perfectly. And this is actually the inside of my base, and this is basically what's also definitely being worked on, because this is just a grass field. I started work on the chest area. I'm pretty sure you can open all the chests. I'm just getting insane lag, which is not very fun. Oh wait, no, you can't. You just can't open that chest. Oh, I'll have to fix that. And this is just a door to get out here. This is just a basic pulse extender. And there's the 3x3 piston door. So I spent a long time working on this, and I'm actually quite proud of it because it's all round a very nice redstone contraption. I'm not very good at parkour though, as you might be able to see. So here we've got the very confusing, and I understand nothing about 3x3 door. I'm pretty sure it's Mumbo's design. I might be wrong on that because I did this a long time ago. If I remember whose design this is, I'll link them in the description. Otherwise, I just won't. So on the way out, this is actually Mr. Greeny's creeper farm. I've let him build in my area. I've actually kind of given him co-ownership, but we'll have to talk about decorating this, and we'll do that in the future. Now, this is actually one of the first things I ever built. It doesn't look the best, and that's because it was the first thing I ever built, and it's a very simple potato farm. As you can see, it's been used a very long time. Now, this was originally a village, and I actually just did this, and there's literally, I think this one's a silk touch guy. Yeah, he's a silk touch guy, so I've got one good villager. So I will definitely be working on villagers in the future. Now this is just a wheat farm, so basically that's my starter base area. And now I'm going to hop over to one of my other big projects, which is my Megabase. Also, as a side note, this is just under my starter base. I built this very basic honey farm that doesn't actually have any bottles in it, so it doesn't actually work right now. But so I did build that, but now let's get on to the Megabase. Here's the shopping district, and we'll be getting to this later. But if I'm right and turn just around, this big concrete tower was actually built by me, and this is my Megabase. It's definitely still a work in progress, and I've basically just finished the outer shell. Barely. There's still lots of things that need to happen. I'll just quickly show you the inside of it. As you can see, it's absolutely massive, and the plan is to get rid of all of this water and dig down to bedrock. And this is definitely a long-term plan, and it's not something I'm hoping to complete in the short term. So these are just a couple of supplies, and I haven't spawn-proofed this area, as you can see. So this is just my mega base, with that still needs a lot of work. But yeah, let's now go to the shopping district, because there is my shop I need to show you. So here I am in the shopping district. We decided to go for a mushroom biome for a shopping district, because it's nice for when it's raining, no mobs can spawn and everything. Now this is Ludwig's shop for sand, gravel and many other things. It's definitely a work in progress, but it's looking lovely so far. Now this first shop here actually is my shop. I spent the first week or so building this. There's actually nothing in stock, and I've never actually sold anything in here. But it's nice to know that I have a shop and all of these chunks to use if I ever need them for another shop. Now we're getting to a shop that's being used quite a lot by me as well. This is AFK's shop. It's an open air shop. It's quite a simple idea, and main things he sells are books, golden carrots. I didn't know he sold that. And these are all things that are quite new, you know. But the main ones are definitely what he calls nom nom, so golden carrots and enchanted books. Also, just for a disclaimer, I did used to have an elytra, and I used to have full netherite gear, but I did die, and I'm at the stage now where I've asked Cobalt, the owner, and also the person with loads of books and villages, to get me a new set, but he's going to do that sometime. So this is Cobalt's shop. He sells lots of books, and that one's actually he did all the ones. Yeah, I see. Some of them are just out of stock because they're so popular. So this is a very useful shop. I quite like the stall idea. It's one of the better looking because it's quite clean. Now this is Seabean's amazing shop. I'm pretty sure it's Seabean's. I hope it is. Yeah, it is, because that's his head. This is a terraforming shop, and it looks quite good, and I'm sure because this is terraformed quite nicely, so I'm sure he'd do a good job. Now, this diamond pile isn't actually a shop, but this is what we use to pay for our shops. So we made an agreement to pay 1 diamond block per chunk of land we use. So down there, I'm pretty sure I paid about 4 or 5 diamond blocks. I'm counting 4. So I paid 4 diamond blocks for 4 chunks to build anything I want on it. So this is Heavy's rocket shop, one of the shops I personally also visit just a lot, and I'm sure he gets lots of money out of it. I saw it in a chest recently, and it was crazy. But so this is the shopping district. Those are my main shops. There's also this best boxer shop, but that's never stocked, and to be honest, just doesn't look great. And there's a new shop that isn't really selling much. That's kind of stealing Cobalt's idea. Anyway, there's a couple more places I want to go to. First is my Guardian farm, the one Guardian farm I built with Heavy, and also want to show you Cobalt's base, and I want to show you Heavy's industrial district. Now this mess of the base is where all of the villager trading happens and work on villages. Also, and you can clearly see that practically his entire base is based around villagers, because this is a sugarcane farm, and that's just a villager walking around. This is a melon and pumpkin farm, and That's a carrot farm over there. He's got his breeder here, and he's got a trading hall he's still working on that right there. And here are his main villages that he works on all the time. Um, and this is how he gets all his emeralds and books and everything. He gets lots of diamonds from it in return. So that's also Big Pringle. So that's his base, and I'm going to now show you Heavy's industrial base. This is actually his new base. You can't see much. He's also based around his industrial district around a village. There's not much to see anymore because he's built a massive wall. Underneath us right now there is a oh, wrong place. Yeah, this is the right place. That's a sugarcane farm. So that's how he gets sugarcane for rockets, because behind this, I'm sure I'll patch it up. Behind this, he's got a massive creeper farm. So this is how he gets all his gunpowder for his farm. This is Logical Geek Boy's design, actually. He didn't build a massive perimeter for it because that was too much effort, so he's just, I'm pretty sure he's AFKing at it right now. So he'd be just straight up there, and if there's no one else on, then you'd get lots of creepers, and he does get a lot of gunpowder. This is his iron farm. Because of the amount of time he spends at his creeper farm, he gets a lot of iron from that too, even though it's a very basic iron farm with only one villager. Now I think this is where I'm going to leave it for this world tour. I'm going to get back with another video, probably working on this base that you see right here, getting a floor into that grass, and maybe even working on villages underneath that, which is my plan. But yeah, I think that is enough for today, so bye bye and subscribe.